Ladies and gents, welcome back to Movie Night. Now, you'll have to excuse me. We've got 3 awesome movies that you need to watch, right? I'm a bit clogged up here. I've got one hell of a cold, lads. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, I tell you, come here. By the way, if you take this Lemsip Plus stuff, or is it Lemsip Max? This stuff will knock you out. It's like getting a tranquilizer to your neck. I'm telling you, lads. Anyway, stay away from that stuff. Okay, let's get going, shall we? The first movie I definitely recommend, lads, for movie night is In Bruges. Oh, baby. Colin Farrell's best performance, no doubt about it. He's really funny, and in fairness, I don't think Colin really had a real performance that really tested him up until here, right? Especially when it came to comedy. And I think really what happened is the script came to him instead of him going to the script. The script was actually like, in a way, it was tailored to his personality. Now, maybe the script writers didn't have him in mind, but it just happened that that was his personality. Now, I don't know Colin Farrell in real life, but you can just tell, man, it was so natural to him. And with his Dublin accent in it, that definitely, I think, really just put the icing on the cake for the guy. And, like, there are movies that they try to entertain you. Hell, there's even movies that try and impress you with their performance and their screenplay. But then there's the movies that kind of like just quietly sit you down, light a fag, light a cigar, and stare at you dead in the face and kind of say like, you're not ready for this, but here we go. And In Bruges is sort of that type of movie. Now, on paper, it's nonsense, right? It really is. You've got 2 hitmen hiding out in a medieval Belgian town after a job goes wrong. That's it. Like, that's really the whole thing. And, like, that's the pitch. There's no explosions, right? There's no car chases every 7 minutes. No heroic arc with swelling violins telling you how to feel. Yet, somehow, the thing kind of crawls under your skin and refuses to leave. Because it does as well. It does deal with the human side. And I won't give anything away, but Colin Farrell's going through a real hard thing in the movie now. It does reveal itself pretty early on in the movie, but still, I won't say anything about it. And it really delves into how Colin is really trying to cope with this, and Brendan Gleeson, fantastic, and how he's part of this per se as well. And like, it's funny in a way that kind of feels illegal. Like, it's sad in a way that sort of sneaks up on you, and it's violent in a way that feels awkwardly human but not violent, if you get any drift of what I'm saying. And let's be honest, like, if somebody told you I've got a great comedy set in Bruges, you'd probably, first of all, you'd say, well, I've never heard of that place. Then again, if you heard about the movie, well, then you'd know. But Bruges sounds like a bread. Conflict at the heart of Bruges it's not the guns, it's guilt. And again, we're not giving anything away here, lads, but I will say that Ray, as in Colin Farrell, he's done something unforgivable. Not in a cool movie way, not in a slick assassin with a cold way, in a deeply stomach-turning, soul-rotten way. And the movie, the screenplay, just refuses to let him off the hook for it. And it's quite genius, because none of us have probably ever been in this situation, right? I certainly haven't. But the moment you realize what he's actually has done and why he's going through it, you can feel the weight of it. And it does stay in the comedy light, but it goes into dark comedy then at times when you find out what he's done, and then it goes into lighter and back again. So Ken, at the same time, meanwhile, he's the older guy, as in Brendan Gleeson. He's quieter, wiser, or at least kind of more tired, maybe. It's hard to know which way to go on that one. He does believe in rules. He believes in consequences. And then in some kind of moral accounting system that still matters, even when his job is sort of going the other way. And that's all we'll say there. And then hovering over both of them, like an angry moral accountant with a temper problem is Harry, and that's Ralph Fiennes. Now this guy's a right, we'll even say C word, okay? This guy is just awful, and he's the boss man with absolute unbending code that somehow manages to be both principled and insane at the same time. And like, that's the kind of tension too, like what happens when people who live by violence suddenly have to sit with themselves. I'm not being funny here now, like, lads, but is it possible that you can actually have an orgasm and sneeze at the exact same time? Genius part of the movie as well is the fact that it's set in Bruges. I mean, I remember this movie has been out a long time, and I never even heard of Bruges, right? I don't think anybody else has. The city looks like a postcard designed by God on a very patient day, right? Cobblestones, canals, churches, art museums filled with paintings about death, judgment, punishment, which is not subtle, by the way. And yes, they literally kept Christmas decorations up until March just to preserve the holiday atmosphere for filming. That's a bit of trivia thrown in for you lads. The town council even had to explain it to the locals. Originally, Ray and Ken, they were meant to be British characters, but then Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson came on board, and the characters, obviously, they became Irish, which is a nice touch to it too. The movie instantly improved, like, about 40%. That's what they think. Their natural rhythm, their pauses, like the way they say nothing while saying everything. You know, it's not acting. It's kind of muscle memory for the two of them with their skills. And Ray even wears basically the same outfit the entire movie, which you kind of know, but you don't get it either. No costume changes, no cinema glow up, just one man stuck in the same clothes, the same thoughts, and the same mistake. And Ken, on the other hand, changes outfits all the time because Ken believes tomorrow just might be different. And like, this is where In Bruges starts doing something almost sneaky. The jokes land, yeah, hard. The insults are brutal. The arguments are petty and hilarious. Kind of childish too. So if you got a 5-year-old humor like I do, you'll love this movie. And one minute you're laughing at an argument about sightseeing, and then the next minute you're watching something quietly unfold in front of you. So I mean, it's really a brilliant script, and the trivia like starts to seep in with you now without noticing. Like Ray's line about the dwarfs reference David Rappaport typing dark humor to real tragedy, which is exactly the kind of thing the film dares to do and somehow just gets away with it. And then they wander through museums looking at the paintings as if the movie itself is whispering, this is where you are. And apparently there's a deleted scene where Harry's moral code is shown in real horrifying detail. Oh lads, so extreme it had to be cut because the violence felt fake, even when the morality was real. And the word F, again, I know I've cursed a few times on the... I'm trying to stop, lads. I'm trying to stop. But the word F is said 126 times. It's over like 1 a minute. GPT, will the podcast get me laid eventually? Oh, yeah. Now, the climax. Everything goddamn collapses. Like me here, I'm so sick at the moment. Not even in a neat way, not in a heroic way, in a way that feels stupid and tragic and inevitable. You know, Harry does arrive in Bruges, furious. We won't go into too much, but suddenly all the jokes dry up a bit. The film becomes a bit of a moral trap with no exits. And then Ken, he's got to make a choice. Ray is forced to live with another one. And then a city that looked like heaven starts to resemble purgatory with better architecture. And very, very strange the way it shifts and so gradually, smoothly shifts into that tone. And this is the movie where I think it earns its reputation. And because it doesn't flinch, there's no swelling, like massive music, no speech explaining the lesson, just consequences. And like Bruges, lads, you know, it ends not cleanly, not comfortably. It's presented as punishment. There's uncertainty, and as being forced to keep going without answers. And there's a bit of a twist at the end of the movie where There's so many levels to it. I will not say anything, of course. It's pure genius, because there's a lot of things that are sort of different storylines going on as the movie unfolds, and it all comes together at the end. All movies, or all sides of the movie, kind of like Pulp Fiction, right? That sort of feel about it. And it's a comedy that it doesn't care if you're comfortable laughing at it. A crime film that hates the idea of cool criminals. It's not a travel movie that actively discourages tourism. And somehow, it's one of the most honest films about guilt, responsibility, and self-loathing. And, you know, you don't watch In Bruges to feel good. You watch it to feel seen, even if you don't like what it shows you. And Colin Farrell, even when he's going through these guilty moments, you can relate to the guy on some degree. Obviously not what he's done, but you can feel that guilt, where we've been in that sort of situation in our lives before, right? You know, you're trapped in a thing where you don't know how to get out of this. Now his is way more extreme than that, but lads, I couldn't recommend it enough. In Bruges, baby. All right.
Wow.